should have never done that.
Maybe there'll be a rocket magnet. How's that? I need it.
Started by an earlier group. They executed photographs of comets.
In the closest valley, satellites now give us new vantage points from which to see the entire Earth as a series of delicately related systems. The Earth Observation Satellite System supplies us with important data on our atmosphere, our oceans, and Earth's resources, as well as on the Earth's interactions with the Sun and space. This information is essential in the protection of life and property, the development of energy, predicting food supplies, and even the national economy. Right now, the digital information...
Didn't work on the moon. The letter on the side of the look.
As you enter the firing room, please move to the far end of the room. Use both doors and move all the way across to the
Miles, and they keep adding to it. I believe they're
One of the largest enclosed areas in the world. The American flag and bicentennial emblem were painted on the building's side in 1976. The VAB is not open to the public because Space Shuttle solid rocket boosters and other hazardous fuels are stored inside. And ready for its next mission.
You know, the buildings she's talking about are the two in front of us with the number 1 and number 2 on them. That's the orbiter processing buildings. That's where the
Some payloads, however, are put in the orbiter when it is on the launch pad. After the orbiter has completed its checkout in the orbiter processing facility, it is essentially ready to fly. The spaceship is then towed to the VAB, where it is attached to its booster. To the right, you can see a crawler transporter used to move the space shuttle and its mobile launch platform, which have a combined weight of 11 million pounds, to the launch pad. The transporter is about half the size of a football field and weighs 6 million pounds.
Yeah, I'll try to make a little ears and technicians to operate. The driver sits in that glass enclosed area on the front. There's an identical area like that on the back side of it so that they don't have to turn it around when they come back down the crawlerway. That piece of equipment weighs 6 million pounds. It goes across the crawlerway here and picks up this launch platform. Take note of the 3 holes in the bottom of it. Those serve as flame chutes for the rocket as it takes off.
by the mobile launch platform, please take note of the 3 openings in the center of the structure. They serve as flame chutes for the shuttle at liftoff. The 2 rectangular-shaped openings are for the flames of the solid rocket boosters, and the square one is for the shuttle's 3 main engines.
The next thing to be described to you will be the firing rooms are located inside that building. However, once the shuttle is launched and is airborne, then Mission Control in Houston, Texas takes charge of the mission.
On your right, adjacent to the government and contractor
And rockets from.
and rockets are prepared and launched. It was here that the Viking mission to Mars and the Voyager planetary missions began. The tall surface is 42 feet above the bottom of the flame trench. The service towers on the pad provide access to the shuttle and have connections for fuel, electric power, and communications. Because of the large number of lightning strikes in this part of Florida, a white fiberglass lightning mast stands.
As I noted earlier, the Saturn V stood 363 feet tall by itself. So all of that area has been reduced to take the space shuttle.
Also located in the flame trench is a steel flame deflector, which distributes the heat and flame away from the pad. The small mounds inside the fenced area with white stanchion are used to mount.
We have 3 operating shuttles at this time, Atlantis, Discovery, and Columbia. And there's a 4th shuttle under construction. There was a contest among the 5th through the 7th grade school children to name the new shuttle, and the name for the new shuttle was announced.
Ahead, on the left, are the press facilities used by the news media to report launches from Complex 39. Up to 3,000 reporters and photographers from around the world have been here to cover an Apollo or Space Shuttle launch. The press site is 3.5 miles from the launch pad.
If it's windy, it'll be muffled down, well.
I'd like to take a ride on that little baby.